I'm Evelyn Jerome Alexander. I'm the founder of Magellan College Counseling, and we are so proud to be sponsoring NAIMUN 60 here at Georgetown. I'm here today with Eliza Davis, who is Harvard Law School class of 25 and who was extraordinarily active in Model UN at her high school. And I asked her to come join me today to chat a little bit about her MUN experience in high school and beyond. So thanks for joining me, Eliza.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about your school's MUN. MUN was a really, really big club at your school.
Yeah, so at my high school, we had an intro to Model UN class you could take as a freshman. That was about a semester long. And then if you were interested in Model UN, you liked it, you could try out for our advanced program, which you took from sophomore year to senior year. It was a mixed grades class, and we met every day.
Wow, every day. And you not only went to Model UN conferences all over the place, you hosted a Model UN conference, a very large one.
Yeah, I went to Maricosta, and we really pride ourselves on hosting the largest high school run conference on the West Coast, NAIMUN. I think the experience of both getting to participate in conferences and running a conference really, really helped me going into college to have developed a ton of both soft and hard skills.
So talk to me about those skills and tell us a little bit about your personal leadership in your school's MUN and in layMUN.
Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of skills as a delegate, I learned so much about research, how to write a good paper, how to produce a longer piece of writing. I think that was something that really translated to college, to talk to people, to go meet people who I was, not familiar with before and quickly make connections, and how to speak more eloquently. And then as far as leadership, getting to be the Secretary General of a large conference, I learned a lot about working with stakeholders, organizational things. When you organize a conference, you have to worry about things like food and bathrooms and custodial elements, as well as delegate experience and advisor experience. So it really made me think about what are all the components of something I'm planning. I also learned a lot about professional email writing or just interacting in spaces where you have to network and have to quickly and concisely pitch yourself or pitch your activity. And so that really, really translated both to college and to interviewing and other things.
Yep. Did you use your MUN experience in your college applications?
Yeah, so Mod UN was one of the main parts in my common application essay. And I also used it for one of my UC essays. I answered a prompt about leadership for the UC one, and really talked about how that was a pivotal experience for me.
And you did end up going to a UC school.
I did. I went to Berkeley and I absolutely loved it.
Now, when you got to Berkeley, did you join their MUN program?
So Berkeley's unique in that it has two Model UN programs. I met with both of them, and I ultimately decided not to join Model UN at Berkeley. I did participate in the National High School Model UN conference my first year. I was an organizer, part of their administrative team instead.
Yeah, but you still used the skills that you learned in other ways.
Yeah, so I think a big thing for me was I wanted to do something a little more tangible than Model UN at that stage when I reached college. Yeah. And I was able to apply so many skills between research was a huge one, being able to analyze information, being able to screen things for bias, and produce a well-cited paper. I think the interpersonal skills were really, really helpful. I went to a really diverse college, which was awesome. And I was able to apply a lot of the things I learned in Model UN about.
Those are fabulous. Those are life skills. You'll use those for the rest of your life. Now, so you graduated from Berkeley a couple of years ago. You did not apply to law school immediately.
Yeah, I graduated in 2020. And then I've been teaching in Mississippi as a Teach for America Corps member for the last 2 years.
Beautiful. So you graduated. It was a rough year to graduate when you.
I think we were lucky in that most of our college experience was preserved, and really unlucky that the end, that last precious little bit, was really different than we had imagined.
Yeah, but you worked through it anyway. The delegates who are probably watching this are probably a long way off from law school, but tell them a little bit about your journey, how the application process worked, what your advice might be for delegates who think that law school might be in their future.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've known I wanted to be a lawyer for a really long time. And I was always trying to get advice on how do you actually go from high school kid who likes the news and thinks law is interesting to somebody who's actually in law school. And asking people advice at Module N conferences when you're at a college campus is a great way to get a basic start on that.
Yeah.
And then in college, trying to get good grades, trying to participate in experiences that both would enhance my application, but also help me become sure that law was the right path for me, and making sure that I was picking a career I actually really would enjoy day to day. And then once I got towards my senior year of college, I studied for the LSAT, took the exam. Standardized testing is important still in the law school process. And then it's just a matter of putting together essays like you would for college, getting letters of rec. So you want to make sure you have those professor relationships starting really your freshman year, because you can build them over the course of multiple years and find the right professors for you who can speak to you. Going to a big school, that was really crucial to find professors who I had developed personal relationships with, not just performed well in their classes. And then it just kind of, I was so fortunate to have it just come together for me.
You talked about knowing that law is the right path for you. How do you know that? I mean, you said you knew when you were young, but what if you are, interested, like you said, in current affairs and political issues? But how do you know? There's so many ways that you could use, those topics, incorporate those topics in a career that isn't necessarily law.
I think a big thing for me is thinking about, what do I want to do every day? And I love analysis. I like writing. I like research. I like talking with people. And law utilizes a lot of those skills. For me, I'm specifically interested in impact litigation. I want to do public interest work. I want to work on issues that are important to me and important to people in my community. And law has that nice blend of academic interests of mine, intellectual interest, like it makes me excited, and also the impact I want to have.
Beautiful. That's great. Any other advice? So you're talking to a room full of high school students who are active in their school and active in, deeply active in this one activity that they're putting a lot of passion towards, which is exactly what you did when you were in high school.
I think stay really involved when you go to college. College has a million opportunities. You can go to lunches with really cool speakers. You can go join clubs. You can do all these different things. And I think it's super important to stay involved. It's not the same as high school, where you might be doing something for college apps, or you might have, done something because your parents encouraged you to do it, or a teacher encouraged you to do it. It's really, you are the driver, and you should seek out experiences that enhance you as an individual. A lot of organizations are a great way to develop lasting friendships. Most of the organizations I did in college have led to friends who I'm sure I will stay close with forever. And they also helped me learn really important skills, just like Module N did for me in high school.
That's fabulous, fabulous advice. Do what you love, and you won't have to push yourself to stay involved, because you'll want to be involved.
There's nothing in college that you have to do to get to the job or to get to grad school. Right. It's a lot about picking the right opportunities for you, because that'll make you a better candidate or make you more appealing to both a recruiter or an admissions team.
Yep, that's fabulous. That's great advice. Well, thank you. I appreciate your coming to chat with me today, and I hope that the delegates got some great words of wisdom and little tips from you, Eliza. Harvard Law School class of 25, very exciting.
I'm super stoked to get started.
There you go. Great. Congratulations and best of luck.